I'm a product of multiple failures. I'm an electrical engineer, but frankly speaking, I don't know the difference between voltage and current. I don't know the difference between EMF and MMF. Then, that idea didn't work out. Within 2 days, we had 36,000 subscribers.
Okay, so it took you 3 years to monetize.
Even that video was very pathetic, frankly speaking, but people supported, like comments were, wow, what a performance, you did great. I thought, okay, if that was good, then I can do far better.
Welcome to ThinkVID. We are really happy.
So
we are really happy that you're here, and already have a good feeling that I'm going to learn a lot from you, simply because of a type of person that you are. So my first question would be: Finnovations is a YouTube channel, but if you search for Finnovations on Google, the first thing that comes up is not a YouTube channel, but it comes the address of your company, finnovations.com. So I would like to know what came first. And what it is that Finnovation does, and what's the goal of Finnovations as such?
To start with, I'm a product of multiple failures. Before starting Finnovations, I failed in 2 startups. Right. So while running the second startup, I was working on a fashion tech startup, fashionyoga.com. Now the domain has been taken by somebody else. So while working on that, side by side, at that time I didn't know that I'm passionate about finance thing. So to share my knowledge, I just started a YouTube channel on 13th January 2014. It was one of the first videos on YouTube related to stock market and finance. So I uploaded that video. It got very good response, and I was working on parallel on my startup, Fashion Yoga. So startup was doing well at that time. Then later on it failed, but I uploaded video, and after a few months, the video started getting a lot of views. So it crossed 20,000, 30,000, and I would tell my classmates that look, my video got 20,000 views. I'm not talking about subscribers, I'm just telling about views. I was damn excited at that time. So people started commenting, can you please cover the fundamental analysis part, can you please cover what is PE ratio and other things. Then I got to know, okay, people want to know all these things. So I knew all these things because I was passionate about all these things. Being an avid reader, I always try to explore new things in finance. So I started sharing those things, and that is how it started. It never started as a business. It never started as, at that time, monetization option was not there. To tell you frankly, there was no monetization. It was just like you're making a video on YouTube. That's it.
As a passion.
There was no.
That's it.
Yeah, there was no concept as a monetization. So it started there. Then the second startup failed. So after the 2 failures, I just asked the question, what went wrong? So I didn't know what was going wrong. So I just stopped at that point. And I thought I should do something that I'm passionate about. Then my college attendance was always less than 30%. So I would be reading newspapers on Economic Times, reading the newspapers, trading and investing in the stock market, all that stuff. Then I got to know I should do something on finance. So I said, let's do MBA in finance. So after completing my engineering, I'm an electrical engineer, but frankly speaking, I don't know the difference between voltage and current. I don't know the difference between EMF and MMF. I'm that bad. It's just like...
You are not the first engineer who's telling me this.
So I was just mugging up, writing in the exam, just by-hearting it. So it was like that. So just by-hearting that. So later on I came to know that I should solve the problem, and then my classmates in my class started asking me, how to invest. Then I got to know that people have money. They want to invest. The problem is they don't know how to do that. And that's why they're coming to me and asking me which stock to buy, which mutual fund to invest in. And I told them, this is a simple thing. You should do all this analysis rather than depending on somebody else. Because tomorrow my view can change. So I won't come to you and tell you, oh, my view has changed. And now, because I won't remember to whom I have advised. And then I started uploading more and more videos. They got amazing response. And then to start Finnovations, my focus was to start the blog thing. Since December 2015 to May 2016, I had written almost hundreds of blogs, and every blog got less than 100 views, right? On the other hand, YouTube videos were getting, 10,000, 15,000 views. I thought, okay, if I'm creating content and response is there, I should focus on that part. Then I started uploading more and more videos, and then I thought then problems, I would get the problem statements from people. Okay, this is a problem. We don't know where to open a Demat account. We told them, we'll solve the problem for you. So we started a stock brokerage aggregator platform. We would compare different brokerage firms. SEBI is a regulator, capital market regulator. Just like RBI is regulating banks, SEBI is regulating capital market. Then according to SEBI's rule, if you are a sub-broker of one brokerage firm, you can't become sub-broker of other brokerage firm. when there was restriction, you can't become aggregator then, na? You have to work for only one brand. So that's not aggregating the things. You're sub-broking or directly dealing with that particular brand. Then, that idea didn't work out. Then again, people told us, okay, you are covering all these things, but if you could make a proper course on this thing, then that would be great. So we made a first course on stock market for beginners. It got amazing response.
And the course was online?
Yeah, course was completely online. Okay. We set up in-housing our own developers, all graphic designing team. They were doing, they did very hard day in, day out. And the first course got 2,700 subscribers. The costing was around 550. So it was a volume game, if you could understand. So it worked out very well, and it inspired us. So with the help of that investment, because with that fund we got a lot of amount to invest in other things. Then we started Infovisions as an app. So Infovisions didn't work out, it failed. But when the funds come in, so it gives us few options that you can try these things. Some of them might fail, but course make sure that money will come, and we just try multiple things. Some of them work out, some of them don't. So that's why we sell that we are a product of multiple failures.
But that's amazing, and it's very motivational to hear, because many people feel, and when they go to a YouTube channel and they see million subscribers, this is what they see. They see the result. They don't see the process.
True.
You said that you started it in 2014, right? And first came the YouTube channel then, basically. Then you incorporated the
after
company.
failure of the second startup, then I capitalized on the YouTube thing.
And then only you started with the office and the proper consulting. Okay, so when you said that your first video, and I think this is also important and for me interesting to know, when you said that the first video that you uploaded got a good response, because not everyone gets good response on the first video. It takes 10 views, 40 views, 50, and maybe that stays for a long time, and then lucky you are if you're 500 or 1,000 plus. So when you said that your first response was good, what do you mean by good? How do you define good at that time?
The response was good, and frankly speaking, it was not because of the good content. Right now we focus a lot on content. We make sure that it is good, but at the time the content was not that great, because it was a starting point. I was like 17-18 years old, and I was not that much expert in financing, right? So I had uploaded video. Now it was one of the first videos that I told you. So if somebody would search about stock market, only that video will come up.
I see.
Okay, so that's how it would get.
So you took a good niche that was not covered yet in YouTube, and then even I guess the algorithm picked it up. Yeah,
and I was not focusing on that. I need to find a niche that hasn't been covered. It was just thing that I'm passionate about. I just covered it, and luckily, it was something that wasn't being covered by anybody, and then it worked out very well. So, to tell you frankly, luck has a very, very big role, and it has.
No, but that's also important to know that luck has to be there. But if someone persists and keeps going and producing content, he will find eventually his
True.
niche.
It depends. Like if you give up early, then last 2 startups. The only learning that I got is I gave up on them early, and I was just finding out what is the reason why I gave up early. The reason was I was not passionate about those things. Just there were simple problems, and I just gave up. That it can't work. Right now at Innovations, we are facing tremendous kind of failures. Things are not working out. Sometimes it frustrates, but it is a passion that keeps us going. So it is something I would suggest. I mean, those who are watching this interview, I would suggest that do something that you are extremely passionate about, rather than running behind money, fame. Like in the starting session, there was the anchor was telling fame, and then I think that you should not run behind all these things. You should do something that you're passionate about that can create the difference, and obviously money, fame, and all these things will run behind you, and they will catch you sooner or later.
Okay, so my next question would be, when you started, what kind of gear you used in the beginning? Camera, how you recorded the videos, how did you write your scripts? What was the process?
So I would write the script myself. I still do that part myself. I don't outsource the whole content part, because that is the core of our channel. So I had a Nokia Lumia phone.
Okay.
So it had a recording app. In Lumia, it was not an Android phone, it was a Windows phone. So there were very few recording apps. So I would struggle to find a good recording app. Then I would pick it like as मैं distance लेता था. I would measure it like this. Okay. Now how to take it like this thing, and it should not be So I have to make sure that it should not be shaken, and just picking this and just continuously, and then I can't move, because if next time I again stand up and do something and again come, it may not be the same distance,
Yes.
and the voice may, there could be a differences. So that is how I started. It was not a camera, our thing is completely animation thing. For the first video, I paid 100 rupees to the to somebody, who was a friend of my friend. So he told, just give me 100 rupees and I will do it for you. For second and third videos, I paid 20.
You mean do it for you as in the editing?
Editing.
Okay.
So I was not good at it, and it's always about the focus. For me, it's like, do the things that you are good at rather than doing multiple things. It should not be like jack of all trades and master of none. So it's better to master one trade and just do it perfectly. So I focus on content. Rest, like right now we have a graphic design team. We have 10 to 11 members in the graphic designing team. It is the largest team in our company.
Okay.
So
yeah, well, I saw you're uploading videos every day.
yeah, almost every day.
Mm-hmm. So it requires a team, because it's very time consuming to upload anything every day.
Yeah, and we also run a different channel of Innovation Updates, where we cover daily news about finance. So for that purpose, we are having another team. So those videos aren't covered by me. So there is a different team, different anchor, different designers, and whole different thing. So,
how long did it take you to monetize?
we started in 2014, and our first payout came in May 2017. It was 42,000 to be frank.
42,000 rupees. From one video, or you are talking about the month, or what?
That is a story. I mean,
bolo.
Okay, great. In March, we uploaded 2 videos. One was on Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, who is one of the greatest investors, who is one of the greatest investors in India, also known as Warren Buffett of India. Second was on Harshad Mehta scam. And both videos, in March 2017, we had 3,000 subscribers. And within 10 days, 2 videos worked out very, very well. Within 2 days, we had 36,000 subscribers. From 3,000, 36,000 happened in 2 days. So on those 2 videos, we got a lot of views. And that's why.
So and this is again where I want to pause you, because this is also very important to know. You started in 2014 with 0 subscribers, I assume.
Yeah.
2017, you had 3,000
Just
subscribers.
3,000.
Now, again, I feel this is really amazing. It shows the persistence, and as you said, if you do something that you're passionate about, you're not gonna stop just because you have little problems or you don't see immediate results, because you keep going because you like what you're doing, right? And so after 3 years, you had 3,000 subscribers. Then you took 2 videos that took up, and that started to boost your channel, I guess, in the direction where you are now,
true.
right? Okay, so to get 3 years to monetize, that's
and
for everyone to really pause, and because many people upload a video and they expect boom, they expect the viral video to happen.
It doesn't happen quickly.
Yes.
No, like people say that it's just like his life turned in just one night, or for that one night they have to work multiple years. So I mean, after in the comment section, we didn't pay much attention to the comments at that time. And there were like people were recommending multiple videos, just cover this scam, that scam. Like we didn't work on it. We started just focusing on the topics that we thought we should cover. And again, the response was not that great. So we believe that had we listened to them, the response would have been very different, and we could have reached the milestones very early. So the thing that I would like to tell to all the to-be YouTubers or those who have started this journey, that just listen to the feedback properly, have a look at each and every comment. You'll get something out of it for sure.
Perfect. Okay, and now what is the gear and that you use now at this time?
At the time, we use the mic, by Samsung mic, and there is another mic by Rode. So I just do the recording part. Again, the animation, for the animation thing, our designers use Adobe After Effects.
Okay.
So that is how we are doing it.
When was it that you started to collect a team for your work? Because I assume that previously you were doing it yourself when you started. When was it that you hired officially your first team member?
We hired the first member on 24 September 2017. It was the first graphic designer from Nasik. He's still with us, still taking care of all the graphic things, and yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so what would be your goal in the next 2-3 years?
To revolutionize the whole financial world. What people are right now seeing, like Finnocean is all about courses and all. We are not born to do all these things. We are born to revolutionize the finance, and hence we'll be coming out with multiple products in the finance thing, right? India, it's not about investment platforms. You'll find numerous investment platforms. The real problem is that people don't know how to use that. There are multiple sponsors and nobody will.
The knowledge, the know-how.
You don't know how to use. There is small case. There is like many players are there. The problem is that people don't know how to use them for their benefit, and our whole and sole focus is to first of all solve that problem, and then they will invest when they will have saving. Right now the problem of millennials is that they are struggling to save. Like let's say salary is 50,000, the expenses are around 50,000. Salary is 100,000, the expenses are 100,000. How to solve this problem? So our focus is to solve this problem step by step and like revolutionize the whole thing, not just for the sake of it, but actually it is a need, because if India has to grow, India would need a lot of investments in the capital market and startup ecosystem, and investment would come when there will be some sort of savings. So that will be focused to help people save as much as possible and then invest, because there are numerous investment things out there, but the problem is like saving. Many people want to invest. Maybe some of you and you guys also want to invest, but we should have that much capital to invest, and that is where the struggle starts.
That's amazing. So, okay, I really appreciate that your goal is basically to educate people and make their life better in the future. So I thank you so much. I think it was extremely enriching.
Thank you so much.
Something that I did not expect from someone who's doing a finance YouTube video. One last question. When you started, you said you are an engineer.
Yeah.
Actually, many people, I think, this is a stereotype, but many people I meet, they are doing engineering, but they are usually very shy in front of camera. They are not the type of, they feel they are not the type of people to speak. So how did you break that barrier when you started? Were you confident, or you just No,
at start I was, to tell you frankly, a few years back I was a very shy and introvert guy. In school also I would talk to just 2-3 friends and not more than that. When you come to this startup ecosystem, obviously collaboration and networking is extremely important, and some of our team members told us, to go live. Our HR told that you should go live. Because, right now I can tell the story, but when it comes to the camera thing, I'm also a shy guy. So she told that, just make a live video, and then on that day I found that people are responding. Even that video was very pathetic, frankly speaking, but people supported, like comments were there, wow, what a performance, you did great. I thought, okay, if that was good, then I can do far better. So that, support is very, very much important, and you get it from your team, you get it from your
absolutely.
subscriber family base, and that is very important. That is,
I think people underestimate the power of the social world,
exactly.
Where if you put out things, immediately you expect negative response or too good response, right? True. But usually when you expect the bad one, you already starting with zero. So whatever comes is actually more than the zero, right? And it is a good motivation. Thank you so much. I love talking to you. I personally
thank you for asking such an amazing question. You have great anchoring skills.
Thank you so much.